If you're considering purchasing a top-tier robotic pool cleaner, I don't know about you, but I don't want to be guessing. At this level, I expect elite battery life, serious suction, intelligent navigation, and a warranty that backs it all up. This is the K-Pro 150 by iGarden, and I want to thank them for sending it to me to check out. That being said, they said they wanted an honest review, and that's exactly what they're going to get. We're going to put this through the paces, and I'm going to rate it on 5 categories. Industry-leading 15 hours of runtime, 7,400 gallons per hour of suction in turbo mode, AI path planning, touchscreen control, and a 3-year full replacement warranty. But specs on a box don't clean pools. So today we're going to test whether it performs like a flagship or whether it's just priced like one. Just some quick context. This is the K-Pro 150. It's the top model in the K-Pro series. Underneath it are the K-Pro 120 and the K-Pro 100. Same overall design, same smart navigation system, same top liter, 4-liter filter basket, and the same 3-year warranty. What you're really paying more for here is the battery life and the additional suction power. If you have a smaller pool or don't need the extended runtime, one of those 2 lower models may make more sense for you financially. But today, we're judging the flagship. I don't just test these by watching them move around the pool for 5 minutes. I test leaves, fine sediment, wall climbs, waterline scrubs, multiple cycles, how they handle your stairs in odd places. And I'm a lot harder on flagship models and top tier levels than I am maybe some of the budget cleaners, because I don't know about you, but for me, when I'm dealing with a top tier model, my expectations go up. Now, before we break it down category by category, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like or hype button, I'd really appreciate it. I'm going to start off with what I think is probably the strongest feature of this cleaner, and that is battery life. Currently, it is the benchmark. 15 hours in floor mode only, and around 8.5 when it is cleaning the entire pool, including the walls and the water line. That's not incremental improvement. That is category leading. Realistically, for most homeowners, that means fewer charging cycles and less babysitting. I'm giving this a 9.75 out of 10. The only reason it doesn't get a perfect 10 is the charging setup. There's no dock. You still have to plug it in. At this tier, I'd like to see a premium docking station solution. But strictly on runtime, this is the best battery life I've tested so far. Now for suction power, I'm going to give it an 8.75 out of 10. Let's talk about that 7,400 gallon per hour rating. This unit uses a triple motor system combined with a turbine-style impeller and optimized internal flow channel. That design is built to move a large amount of water quickly. And in robotic cleaners, water movement equals debris lift. In turbo mode, it's aggressive. You can hear the difference. Larger leaves, heavier debris, and settled dirt gets picked up quickly. Standard mode pulls back on raw output and significantly improves efficiency. That's where the 5 times energy efficiency claim comes from. You're trading that peak performance for extended runtime. But here's the technical part. Higher gallons per hour doesn't automatically mean better cleaning. If the suction is too strong without proper brush agitation, the debris can get pinned down instead of lifted. If flow is high but the filtration mesh is too coarse, fine debris can pass through. If internal flow chambers create turbulence instead of smooth directional flow, then efficiency drops. So cleaning performance is a balance between brush agitation, suction force, filtration density, and flow design. On this unit, the dual filtration brushes do a really good job loosening the debris before suction pulls it in. I do think adding rear brushes, though, would slightly improve the tight corner performance, and that's part of why I stopped at 8.75 instead of pushing it a little higher. Still, though, suction performance is very strong and competitive in this tier. For cleaning ability, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. The overall cleaning ability is very good. It handles leaves, sediment, and debris without any issues. And the 4-liter basket with fine mesh filtration handles small particles effectively. Where I think there's a little room for improvement is in tight transitions in certain corner areas. Without those rear brushes that I talked about, agitation in those zones wasn't quite as aggressive as it could be. But for most pool owners, this will absolutely keep your pool clean. Remember, I'm grading harder because of the tier. For navigation, I'm going to give it an 8.75 out of 10. It uses a 3D S-Path planning system that adapts over time. What that's going to mean to you is that early runs may look slightly exploratory, but after you've used it a few times, it'll become more systematic and structured. Wall climbs are stable. The anti-slip tracks maintain traction well. The adaptive torque control helps it handle slopes and transitions without hesitation. Coverage is thorough and methodical. It doesn't feel random. Now, in this price range, there are competitors, though, that are incorporating camera-based systems and obstacle recognition that pushes navigation technology even further. So while this system is strong and reliable, it's not the absolute most advanced navigation tech available today. Control experience matters also at this level, and you get a full touchscreen on the robot itself. You can select cleaning modes, set timers, and adjust cycles before it ever goes into the water. There's also an app control available through 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. An important detail here is you can connect and configure before the robot enters the water. Once submerged, it's going to run autonomously on those settings. The app will let you adjust modes and schedule cleanings. It's pretty easy to use. It's not cluttered with a bunch of stuff you don't really need. I actually like having the touchscreen and the app control options, and that flexibility does fit the premium tier. Now for warranty, this is another place that iGarden shines. I gave them a 9.5 out of 10, and that matches the best score I've ever given any cleaner in this category. They give you a 3-year full replacement warranty. Most brands do not go this far. For me, I always say that the warranty tells me what the company thinks about its own product. With a 3-year full replacement warranty, iGarden is saying, we're confident in our product, we know its quality, and we're willing to back it up. At this tier level, protection matters a lot to me, and this one definitely checks that box. So for my final verdict, I have battery life at a 9.75, that's industry leading, suction power at a 8.75, cleaning ability at a 8.0, navigation at a 8.75, and the warranty currently tied with the best again at a 9.5. If we add it together and average it out, that gives us a total score of 8.95 out of 10. If runtime is your top priority, this is the leader right now. If warranty is a concern, it should also be at the top of your list. If you want absolute cutting-edge navigation with camera-based systems, then there are competitors that you should compare. If you're considering the K-Pro 120 or the K-Pro 100, you're mostly giving up extended runtime and peak suction power. Well, you're keeping the same core system. I'll link them all down below in the description if you want to check current pricing. Those links help the channel whenever you shop through them, no matter what you buy. I really appreciate the support. Overall, the iGarden K-Pro 150 is a serious high-end machine. It's not perfect, but it does set the benchmark for battery life and backs itself up with one of the strongest warranties in the category. At this level, that matters. If this helped you, then please consider subscribing for more cutting-edge pool tech reviews. Thanks for watching, and remember, belly flops build character.